Here we are with Matthew bringing in the cows at Gould Farm for their daily milk. They only have one milking, isn't it, Matthew?
We do once a day milking. Yep. And it's we used to do twice a day, but it didn't work in the program, and so people were not able to actually get their hands on it. And so once a day puts it right in the morning. Everybody does everything, which is really the whole design of the whole thing.
So you've rescheduled the day so that the guests are able to fully participate in the milking and with the cows. And why is that important?
So we're creating an authentic experience so that you have a way to connect with community. And a lot of the ways that people come to a place like Gould Farm is after having lost a sense of community. So they've lost relationship oftentimes with their peers, their friends, sometimes their family. And so coming in, the thing we really do is rewrite someone's capacity to connect to community. And the way you do that is you see that the fruits of your labor are impacting the people around you. So if you're working with the cows, you're bringing them in, you get to see that the cows are making milk, and that even if you're not the one making cheese, you see the direct line. And then at dinner time at night, you see milk and cheese and different products. Maybe our beef is up there. And that's the same for each of the programs. So,
and even for breakfast, the yogurt is there and it's made here.
And it's all made here.
There's a real sense of accomplishment, isn't there?
Yeah, and so to tie you to that, the program has to feed into the sense of authenticity by creating a sense of need for the guests to be there. So if you milk outside of that time that the guests are there, you're saying, well, we need you, but really just to muck out.
Yeah.
And so we changed the program. We used to make a cheddar, but it took 9 hours to make, and the guests would miss a big part of that process. And so we changed the recipe so that it fits into the day, and the guests get to see the whole process and be a part of the whole process and learn how to do it. So it's essential that they're there. It's essential that they show up to work, because that's when we do that stuff.
Yeah, and it's still a fantastic cheese. It's more of a Gouda now, isn't it? Softer.
It's somewhere between a Gouda or a Tome and a cheddar. It's kind of in between the two. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, but it works. And we entered it into a regional fair and won gold for it as a cheddar. So
amazing.
It's close enough to a cheddar that we were able to get an award for it. So.
So Matt, we're here in your dairy with the cattle. They've just been milked. They all seem very content.
Yeah.
So tell me, if you can, in a few words, what is it about working with animals and doing the milking and the involvement here that makes it so special for guests?
There's something needed and necessary about working with animals. You have to show up, and you have to feed them and make sure they're doing well. And so it puts a sense of sort of inherent responsibility on all of us as a team. And the other thing, I think, is the sense of connection that the animals have. You have to be somewhat grounded. You have to be able to feel like you're in the moment enough to work with an animal, especially an animal this big. And so it really asks an individual to be present. And that's one of the things that's really hard sometimes when you're going through a lot of challenges. And so that's sort of an invitation to do that. And then they don't judge. They're sweet, and some of them want to nuzzle you and be near you, and you don't have to be a certain way. You just get to have that.
And what's lovely about that is that invitation to be present is unspoken.
That's right.
It's just inherent in working with the animals.
That's right. Yeah. So there's not a lot of modality around it, or there's not a lot of structure around it. As soon as you're around an animal like this, you kind of pick up on a need that they have. And with a structure like milking, we have a purpose for the animal as well as for the person, and so you have this connection.
And some people are on your team for like a few months at a time. And how do you see their progression
Well, the nice thing about any routine is it's something you can teach. And if you can engineer out the complicated parts and figure out what are the essential parts, people learn that, and then it becomes routine. And then people can see that they can come down every day and do this thing and know how to do it. And that's what all of us need. We need some connection to
It's
what it is
rebuilding
we're doing.
confidence, rebuilding self-esteem.
Yeah, exactly. And seeing that you can do something that contributes back to the community. That's what it all goes back to. So,
And you have about, say, anything from 3 to 5 or 6 people on the team. And do you see sort of development of interpersonal relationships there as well?
yeah, people work together every day, and so there's connections. People develop a skill together, and they'll show another person a skill. We try to step out as much as we can from the process, and if somebody knows what they're doing, they show the next person what it is that we're doing.
Yeah.
And every once in a while we have to come through and tweak it, adjust it, but really it's how can people as a team figure out what it is that we're doing together and help each other out. So.
Yes.
And we'll do a check-in in the morning all together, and life is life for all of us, and sometimes the whole team checks in and they're just like, I'm low energy, I'm not feeling great today. And so, I try to call us to watch for one another. If we're all feeling miserable, let's make sure everybody's kind of watching one another's backs a little bit and helping somebody out if they seem tired. And that sense of obligation to one another is really important too, as part of the team. So.
Lovely. Thank